Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Carnage, and we got another Madrid hype for you right here on the channel. And I don't know about you guys, but I had some real good energy when I woke up today. But then I checked my phone, and I was seeing a bunch of notifications because there's a lot of nonsense going on at the club right now. We got a lot to get into, chat. If you thought that we were going to have a quiet international break, of course we weren't, right? It's not like we were looking forward to a little break from Madrid. It's not like we've been suffering enough so far this season. But today might have tipped the iceberg. Guys, we got an injury crisis going on, right? I also do want to talk about yesterday's game a little bit more, right? Get into some of the pros, talk a little bit more about the cons of the game from yesterday. And yeah, man, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy, bro. Like, what is this? What is actually going on at Real Madrid? Yo, make sure you guys smash that like button. Don't forget to get in the comment section. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so you guys don't miss anytime I drop a new video. But, chat, you guys got to talk to me, man. Because I'm just really trying to figure out what exactly are we doing at Madrid? Like, what are we doing here? What's going on, Adam? My guy next. Bro, what's going on? 2 injuries a day. I mean, it's just real unlucky. Like, it's just some nonsense that's going on at the moment, bro. Like, we got to figure out. We got to get to the root of the problem. We really do. And we'll talk about it in a second. We got 3 injuries today, bro. Mendy, Ceballos, and Tchouameni getting flashbacks from last season. Bilal, that's exactly what I was thinking about. That's exactly what I was thinking about, because the majority of the injuries that we had last season came in like the first half of it. Like, bro, it is wow. By the way, did you rewatch the highlights? See anything else? Nah, I didn't rewatch the highlights. I mean, like, we did a watch along for it. I feel like I caught everything kind of. So yeah, but we'll talk about it. Hope to see more of Fran Garcia. He's a player I really rate. Yo, I like Fran Garcia. I think that he does a good job coming off the bench. I think he's the best crosser of the ball that we got in the team as well. So, yeah, he's definitely a player that I don't mind seeing get more opportunities, right? Considering that we were looking at buying Alphonso Davies, which if we did that this summer, then that would have been the end of Fran Garcia, because he probably would have had to go on loan, or he'd have just had to be third choice left back. And then unless there was injuries, like what we're getting now, he'd have never saw the field. So, yeah, I definitely do rate Fran Garcia, man. Good player from the academy as well. Did good on loan a few seasons ago. We brought him back. And I think that he's played a big part for us, right? I know a lot of people just talk about the star players, but the guys coming off the bench, they're also important as well, Let's see. Now the transfer strategy will look stupid. We will also talk about that. What's going on, Sam? Big up, bro. Big up. Just as we're picking up form, we get break and injuries. I want us to win the treble, but they're not making it easy. Yo, bro, it's not easy, man. It's actually crazy. It's like, damn. And I actually put out a tweet. I was like, yo, like, what exactly are we doing at Madrid to where we're getting all these injuries? But hey, look, man, you guys see what the title says, right? To win the league, you need a big squad. That's why we are better in cups like the UCL. But would you not say that our squad is big? I just think that we've just been real unfortunate with the injuries. But anyways, look, guys, Madrid are in somewhat of an injury crisis, right? As I said, I was looking forward to the international break, right? You have a Nations League. You got World Cup qualifying games for South America. I was like, yo, this international break might be pretty entertaining. I woke up, it's Labor Day in America, so like I'm kind of off work, like we're all chilling. I'm like, yo, the birds were chirping, it was looking sunny outside, and then I checked my phone, and I saw Dani Ceballos is out for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, you guys know, I'm not Dani Ceballos' biggest fan, but I still don't want to see players get injured, so I was like, damn, like that does kind of suck, but again, I don't rate Ceballos. So I'm like, like I'm not sad, but like it does suck. I brush my teeth. I go downstairs to eat breakfast. I get another notification. Ferland Mendy. He's being sent home from the national team because they examined him and he has an injury. Now, thank God that by the time of this recording, they're saying that the injury is not serious. They're saying that Mendy should be available for that Real Sociedad game. So I'm like, okay. Busy day so far, right? A lot of injuries. So now I'm about to get in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like I get another notification. Tchouameni has been assessed by the French doctors. And he's been diagnosed with an injury. But again, they're saying it's not that serious. They're saying that he should be available for the Real Sociedad game. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what is going on? What are we doing at Madrid that injuries are so much of a problem right now? Somebody got to help me with this because I'm very confused. I don't get it at all. I know that everybody likes Pintus, right? I think he's like the conditioning coach, right? We all praise the backroom staff, but these guys got to change their methods because it's unnatural for all these injuries to be happening. We already have a long list of injuries. And now I got to hope that these injuries aren't serious because these reports are never really accurate until it's actually officially announced by the club. They told me 2 weeks ago that David Alaba was going to be back in training by now. Has this guy joined the first team training? I don't think so. And this is why when we talked about the transfer plan that Madrid had, I was upset with it. When Carlo Ancelotti came out August 1st and said that we're done, the squad is closed, I was pissed off. Because why? It doesn't make any sense. You still have 3 to 4 weeks left in the window. Why are you already announcing that we're not going to be signing anybody? And now here we are, and kind of, not as bad, but we're kind of in the same situation as we were last season. So what is the preparation now? What are we going to do? God forbid Tchouameni's injury is serious. Who's going to play DM for us? Camavinga's injured. So now, I mean, Valverde would have to go deeper then, right? I mean, come on, bro. This is ridiculous. Ferland Mendy. I know a lot of people, they don't rate him like I do. I rate Ferland Mendy. I think he is a really good left back. I think he's very solid defensively as well. One of the best defensive backs in world football. Now he's possibly injured. Again, look, they're saying that those two injuries are not serious. But at the same time, how aren't Madrid catching that? How aren't our doctors catching that? Why is it that these guys went to the national team and that's where it got noticed? Because what if they didn't get checked out by the doctors, right? I'm pretty sure that when the players arrive for their national team duties, right, the doctors, they check them out, make sure that they're all good for the upcoming games, and then they, train and whatnot. But imagine if they did not check. And now Tchouameni's dealing with an injury. Mendy's dealing with the underlying injury. And then they go out there and play the international games. Then they get a major injury. How aren't we catching that? I don't understand, bro. And now if you look at all the players that are technically injured right now, it's like 8 guys already. We're only 4 games into the season. We haven't even played a Champions League match yet. And it's already about 8 players out. You got Ceballos, right? You got Mendy. You got Tchouameni, Jude, Camavinga, David Alaba, Jean Martinez, and I believe Jesus Vallejo. All these guys are injured. And now I got to sit here during this international break and hope that nobody else gets injured because these guys are going to be playing matches. So there is going to be a possibility that we pick up some more injuries before this international break ends, which now makes it real stressful. I was looking forward to this international break. I really was. But now I'm sitting here like, bro, I don't know. Like, let's just call every player back. But I think that, we honestly do have to question what these guys are doing in training because you don't just pick up all these injuries. What's the correlation? What's the root of the problem here? Are we just that unlucky? I doubt it. I don't know what the methods are. I don't know how intense the training sessions are, but something needs to change because this is ridiculous. And it's actually annoying considering that we chose not to go out there and sign another midfielder. We chose not to go out there and sign another center back. So now we got to just pray. Rodrygo, Militao, they're with their national teams. We cannot afford for one of those guys to get hurt. Because now it's not even like we have Tchouameni to possibly play center back. Because we got to hope that the injury's not that serious. It's actually crazy. Like, give me a break, bro. Give me a break. I knew things were going too good for it to be true. Mbappe scoring a brace. We finally look cohesive yesterday. We looked fluid. The chemistry looked like it was building. Things were looking like it was on the up. 3 injuries today. Is this God punishing Carlo for starting Dani Ceballos yesterday? Is this the football gods punishing him? Did Mbappe make a deal with the devil to get a brace? Did he sacrifice some of his teammates' health for him to score his first goals? I can't explain it. I can't, chat. I can't. Oh, my gosh. We got to talk about these injuries, though, man. Bro. Yo, big up the chat, man. Big up, big up. Let me see what you guys saying. I think I saw these already. Yep. 1 second, guys. I think we didn't cook versus Real Betis, but I don't think that we played poorly. The performance wasn't good enough, but I'd say that was the best performance that we had so far this season, right? Which I was nervous about, and we'll talk about that in a little bit after we go through the injuries. It's concerning for Madrid, but I also have an update, especially their next upcoming opponents, Real Sociedad. We don't really need an update about Real Sociedad, bro. This is not Real Sociedad hype. It's Madrid hype, buddy. Big up Adam, though. Yo, 2K, what's going on, bro? Hope y'all good with Tchouameni and Mendy. I think Madrid is behind this injury. I think they want to rest them. I don't know, but I don't really believe them. But the thing is, though, Madrid, they went on international, like they went to France. They reported for international duty. And then the French team's doctors found these injuries. So it's not even like we just said that they're injured. They went to France. So hopefully they're on the first flight back to Madrid. I don't even want to see these guys kick a ball these next 2 weeks. They need to just rest. Rest, maybe do some cardio, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do some push-ups, like some light workouts. But they need to rest because it's a long season ahead. And I do not want a repeat of last season. I don't even know how we made it out of last season. I really don't. How did we make it out of last season so successful with all those injuries that we had? Now, again, these injuries, right? It's a lot of guys out. It's 8 players out. I read the list. It's not as severe, right? Last season, right? You had David Alaba ACL, Militao ACL, Courtois ACL. Bro, it was like ACLs were going out of style in our dressing room. So the injuries are not as severe, but at the same time, still not good. Back-to-back seasons, come on. Let me see. I think they might just be skipping those unless, but it is Nations League games. Like, there's no friendlies. These are games that matter. Now, I don't understand the Nations League, right? Like, I don't really care about it, but these are official matches, right? For the South American teams, these are World Cup qualifying games, right? Like on Friday, we're going to be doing Brazil versus Ecuador. We will be here for that watch along. That game should be fire. But regardless, these are not friendlies. These are official matches that mean something. All of our players are very important for their national teams. So they're going to be out there. And you guys know, especially in South America, those games are like WWE matches. It's crazy. You guys watch Copa America, right? Every match looked like a Royal Rumble. I'm seeing people get choke slammed. Somebody got drop kicked. They were fighting the fans. So now I gotta hope. Yo, Vinny, Rodrygo, Endrick, Militao. I don't need you guys getting injured. I don't. Valverde is gonna be with Uruguay. You guys know that Bielsa, the football that they play. Press, press, press. Run, 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 high line. If there's any system that a player get injured running, it's that one. Oh, man. Either if the player is shit or good, it still hurts the squad when someone is out. I'll be real with you. You guys know I don't rate Dani Ceballos. You guys know that I was pissed off with him starting yesterday. Honestly, I'm going to be completely real with you, chat. If we had everybody fit and Dani Ceballos was the only one that was injured, it would suck, but I wouldn't be, I'd talk about it, but I wouldn't care. Like, I'm just be real with you guys. The reason why it's so concerning is because we already don't have Jude, right, until next month. We don't have Camavinga until next month. Now we just learned that Tchouameni might have an injury. Well, no, he does because he left the national team. So it's like, yeah, our midfield options are very slim. That's the main reason why I care. But if we had everybody else fit, of course I don't want to see Ceballos injured, but I don't even want him playing games regardless. So I wouldn't have cared as much as I do now that we're already thin. If we had Nico Paz still here, right, or Mario Martin, then I'd be a bit more optimistic. But we don't. That's just not the situation that we have. So, yeah, players that I don't really even want to see playing, if they're out, it is what it is. I just chalk it up as that, to be honest. Like, I'm not here to be morally correct or, to speak all politically. I don't care. But big up, Deca. Madrid did sack a doctor or something last season, but clearly it didn't help. Yo, who was the doctor? Who was the doctor, bro? Because, what's going on? Okay, bro, you keep talking about Sociedad, bro. I'm not trying to talk about Sociedad right now, Adam. Big up my guy. Yo, look, man. One thing about Adam, chat, he's going to always keep us up to date with the other teams. And I do appreciate it, right? Like, especially on our watch-alongs when I can't look at other games, right? Yo, big up to Adam for always dropping in information about the other teams. But, there will be, we'll do we'll talk about Sociedad, but maybe next week, right? Like, maybe closer to the game, we'll do a match preview. And then, Adam, you could put all the chats in about Sociedad that you want, bro. But I do appreciate it. But, we're going to kind of keep it Madrid for just this stream. You get me, bro? Like, that's all. Yo, what's going on, Zaire? New logo? Is that a new profile picture, Zaire? Okay, you're still a bum. But nah, big up, my guy. Big up. And don't think, Zaire, you were in my chat when it was 0-0. You were in my chat yesterday when it was 0-0. You and the Bayern view. I didn't see you guys after we scored. Funny how that works. Zaire. Interesting. Nah, but smash the likes, guys. How many likes are we on? Okay, look, we're already on 10 likes. Yo, let's try to get at least 20, right? I know it's a bunch of you guys in here. So if you haven't smashed the like button, do that. And if you want to get in the live chat, you got to subscribe to the channel. You got to be a subscriber for at least 2 minutes, right? I usually keep my chat open for watch-alongs, but on my weekly shows, my daily shows, it just helps me out a little bit. But look, big up to everybody that's in here, man. We really have to look into the academy. They can't all be shit. Someone's got to be good in there. They loaned Mario Martin with few players in the squad. Well, the thing is, they loaned out Mario Martin. They sold Nico Paz because Dani Ceballos was supposed to be staying. Then at the end of the window, he decides that he wants to leave. And now it's like, bro, you can't leave because we already loaned out the guys who would have gotten your minutes. So now it's like, you have to stay. But the thing is, though, La Fabrica is not shit. Like, the academy is very good. The thing is, it's just hard for those players to break into the first team because we always have such a strong team. You know what I'm trying to say? And when you're able to, bring in guys like Jude, right? Tchouameni, if you're able to go to South America and buy, Vinicius, Rodrygo, Madrid's academy is very profitable, right? We make a lot of money selling these kids. A lot of people just make it seem like Madrid's academy is useless because not a lot of them play for the first team. But if you look around La Liga, a lot of the talent that you see has come from La Fabrica. Shoot, Atletico Madrid's new striker, Julian Alvarez, played in our academy. Nobody talks about that, right? But I guess, people want to compare us to what Barcelona are doing, but we're not poorly run. We're not like Barca, right? We don't have to rely on 16-year-olds, okay? We can actually go out there and spend some money. But when Barca tried to spend money, they couldn't do it properly. Now, but I'm pretty sure that there are some kids in the academy who have talent. It's just maybe down to, Carlo and, the youth team set up for who they think is good enough to maybe get some minutes. But, I mean, if the injuries continue, at a point, we're going to have to go into that academy and look. But it's just pissing me off because I'm like, damn, like Nico Paz is a player that I really wanted to see stay at the club. But I realized that he wasn't going to develop properly just being here, you know? France play Italy and Belgium at home. Ooh, yeah, those should be good games, depending on when those are going on. Maybe we'll do a watch-along for that. The only watch-along that we have for this week is going to be Brazil versus Ecuador on Friday. I'll set that up maybe today or tomorrow. You guys will see it pop up. Mbappe finally scored. About time. Still shit of a performance today. You can't lie. You didn't watch the game then. If that was no, so it wasn't a good performance. It was a decent one. But it wasn't shit. Come on, Zer. Come on, Zer. The root of the problem is you need a formation change and a personnel change in the starting 11. All right, so then what would be your suggestions there? And to anybody else that thinks that they have like an opinion on this, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Like what would you say should be the change that Madrid makes in personnel? We especially can't afford for a center back to be injured. That's why I was so annoyed when we didn't sign one this summer. Like, what are we doing here? I got you, bro. Appreciate that, my guy. Venestrian. I hope I said your name right. What's going on, bro? Big up, big up. Welcome to the chat. I don't think I've ever seen you in here, but welcome, bro. But what's going on, my guy? And Gignorak, same thing with you. Welcome to the chat. Unless we've been here before. I don't, sometimes it's hard to remember names, but I usually kind of remember everybody that's usually in here. But big up, bro. It says, give it time. Venezima. Huh? Oh, Vinny and Benzema. I'm about to say, who the hell is that? No, I got you, bro. Venezima's chemistry took a long time took a long time as well. But in the end, we got it. Same will go for Vinny and Mbappe. They play so close to each other that eventually their chemistry will improve. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm somebody that believes that this will work out, right? But at the same time, I know a lot of people tell me, oh, like they'll watch my match reaction, like when I'm pissed off about us drawing against Mallorca or drawing against Las Palmas or struggling to beat Valladolid, right? And they'll say, relax. Why are you so upset? It's not the fact that I don't think it's going to work. It's the fact that we look sluggish. It's the fact that we don't look good. And I get that they have to build up chemistry. I get that we have to also take into account that Toni Kroos is no longer here. I understand all of this, right? I think a lot of people believe I'm an idiot, right? Like they don't think that I know this. But unfortunately for these players, when you're at a club of this size, you don't get that time. Does that make sense? Like, I think most people understand the adjustments that need to be made, right? I'm not somebody that thinks we should be out there just beating teams 4-0, 5-0, 7-0, 6-0. Like, we're not going to just do that. It's not FIFA. If there is going to be a performance like that, that is something that's going to have to get built up. But at the same time, you have to play well while you're adjusting. There's no reason for, after the first 3 games, the easiest 3-game run of probably any of the top teams in the league have had. Mallorca will finish bottom half. Valladolid will finish bottom half. They were just newly promoted. You saw them get slapped up 7-0 by Barca. Las Palmas will finish bottom half. That should be 9 points right there. The fact that we were on 5 points heading into the Real Betis game, that's the issue. You got to still find a way to make it happen, even though you are adjusting. You can't be out there with these haram performances. That's all that I'm saying. But I get what you mean, bro. I think that it will work as well. I back Carlo, right? I think he is the right man for the job. I remember during that Las Palmas watch along, certain men in the chat was saying Carlo out, sack him. I'm like, bro, how can you sack Carlo Ancelotti? Who would you bring in right now that can manage this team with this crop of players while they're still trying to figure out how to play together? That would be a huge mistake. But nah, big up, bro. I completely agree with you, man. I think that it will work for sure. You made it out because everybody else was shit. And again, you adopted as effing usual. What do you mean? You made it out because everybody else was shit again? Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. Regardless, though, Zaire, you're an absolute fraud. And that's why we knocked Bayern Munich out the Champions League last season. Got dunked on by Joselu. You know what, bro? Go stick to, schnitzels and yeah, like whatever Germans do, right? Go stick to that, man. Go stick to beating up on Frankfurt, right? Or I don't know, like Freisberg. Hamburger FC. Yeah, go stick to beating up on those guys, okay? With your little shit league. Get out of here, Zaire. Get out of here. And France just played Belgium, and yes, France had poor Euros. Yeah, France were pretty poor in the Euros. That's a fact. I actually think yesterday they were good. It's sad we experienced these injuries with 4 points behind Barca. We might have lost the league in September. Nah, it's not over yet, bro. It's not over. Let me see. I think when everyone comes back, we will switch to the 4-4-2 with Camavinga and Tchouameni pivot. I kind of agree with you. I think yesterday, right? Because we played a decent game, I could see us sticking with the 4-3-3 or maybe doing a 4-2-3-1. But I think, yeah, like when Jude and Camavinga comes back, I can see them both in that 11. And it's like, how do you fit those two, right? But then it's like, who gets dropped? That's the thing. Somebody has to get dropped. So who would you guys want to see get dropped? Don't know who was the doctor, but remember last season, Vinny got a hamstring injury and the doctors put tape on his leg and sent him back on the pitch, which made the injury worse. So Madrid sacked him. I think I do remember that. That does sound familiar. Yeah, hopefully that doctor is yeah. Because like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what is that? Let me see. It's the second time I'm here, bro. Okay, big up. What do you think of James Rodriguez playing the role of Cruz in Madrid? Is really good right now. Well, James Rodriguez just signed for Rayo Vallecano, and he can't play that Cruz role. No, he's too attack minded, right? Like James is more of a 10 than a deep lying 8, right? Like again. And I say it damn near every time. But for me, Enzo Fernandez, that's a guy that can fit in that Toni Kroos role. Deep line 8, that's a great passer. James Rodriguez, he can't do that. Like, he needs to be higher up the pitch, right? And he needs to be on the ball a lot more, right? Because he is a great passer, right? He's great on set pieces. But to have him sit back kind of, he can't do that. But did he play for Vallecano at the weekend? I didn't even think to check in on that game. But yeah, man, James, that's my guy, bro. 4-1-2-1-2. Courtois, Carvajal, Rudiger, Militao, Mendy. Okay, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, Jude, Mbappe, and Vinny. Okay, I hear it. Possibly dropping Rodrygo. Rodrygo's sacrifice must be made, unfortunately. Yeah, man. Look, we'll see. Let me see. Yeah, but okay. We did a lot of comments just now. Let me share my screen, chat. Let's talk about Tchouameni's injury first, right? Let me bring this up because we got to talk about this. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Let me share my screen, man. So here we are, right? You guys see the report right here. It says Tchouameni has left the French national team after being examined by their doctors. Left foot problem. Now, I don't know if I have the tweet that says that the injury isn't as serious as so like people shouldn't be concerned. Basically, I gotta make sure that was actually something that I read. But yeah, bro, it sucks. And you guys know I rate Tchouameni. I think Tchouameni is one of the best DMs in the world. He cooked yesterday, right? Whoa. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that actually after this. But yeah, man, you guys know that I rate Tchouameni. I think he's one of the best DMs in the world, right? Having this guy being out, I mean, like, hopefully it's nothing serious, but for me, he's crucial member of our starting 11. When's the last time that we lost a game that Tchouameni started, chat? I can't tell you. It's been that long. Literally, it's been that long. And I also want to bring up real quick as well, just a report about Ferland Mendy. Where is it at? All right, so we got this too. So look, let's read this out. The club reports that Mendy is always straining the muscles in his right tibia. I don't even know what a tibia is, all right, guys? I would be lying to you if I told you I knew where the tibia was. But apparently, he's always straining it. It's chronic, as everyone knows. Well, how would everybody know that? We're not all the team doctors, but okay. But the federation has asked him to travel to France to check on the injury in principle. There should be no problems for him being available against Real Sociedad. Guy better not be injured, bro. He better, none of these guys better come back from this international break injured. And then I'll also just bring up real quick, here's the Dani Ceballos thing as well. And actually got the medical report that I believe that the team themselves have put out there. So, yeah, look. After tests carried out today on our player Dani Ceballos by Real Madrid, and Dani Ceballos was not on national team duty, right? Like he doesn't get called up by France. Like he's not good at, by Spain. He's not good enough to play for Spain. So he just got assessed this morning. I'm guessing that the players who didn't get called up probably came in for like a light training session. But it says, after the test carried out today on our player Dani Ceballos by the Real Madrid Medical Services, he has been diagnosed with a grade 3 sprain with involvement of the ligaments in the right ankle, pending evolution. So, Ceballos is out for 6 to 8 weeks. And now I kind of feel bad for how I was getting on to him yesterday. Well, how I was upset about him starting because now the guy is injured. It's like, damn, maybe I could have come some slack. But no, I couldn't have because he still should have started yesterday. And maybe if he didn't start, then the guy wouldn't have got injured, So, look, 3 new injuries today. As I said when I opened up the segment, there is an injury crisis going on at Real Madrid at the current moment. So that's something to keep an eye on, right? This international break is going to be very stressful, okay? We are all going to be paying attention. We need to. We need to make sure that none of these guys get injured, right? I don't want to see anybody. And look, I know that, again, these are not friendlies, right? You got UEFA Nations League. You got South American teams are doing the World Cup qualifying matches. I don't care. I don't want to see any of these guys risking their body, okay? Don't go in on these slide tackles, right? Like, you don't got to do too much. You really don't, bro. Like, you honestly do not. And here are all the players that we did have get called up by their national teams. Right now, obviously, you got to take Tchouameni and Ferland Mendy out of this because they've now been assessed with injury, so now they're back. But look, Brazil FC, right? Rodrygo, Vinicius, Militao, and Endrick. Mind you, Endrick might start for Brazil in these really high competitive games. And I don't think that Brazil have been doing that well in World Cup qualifying. So these are must-win games. So all 4 of our players for Brazil are going to be playing a lot of minutes. Because Brazil are going to rely on them, right? Like, these are some of Brazil's best players. Vinicius is the best player that Brazil have. Rodrygo is very important as well. So it's going to be some high test matchups. Mbappe, right? Nations League. And I need this guy to not be injured. Like, please, bro. Then you also got Luka Modric, who's going out for Croatia. You have Dani Carvajal getting called up for Spain. Fede Valverde with Uruguay, Lunin with Ukraine, Brahim Diaz going to Morocco, and then Arda Güler going to Turkey. So, look, God watch over my players, man. Please, 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 please. I do not need any of these guys coming back with an injury. Oh, my gosh, please. We can't take any more. Did Rudiger not get called up? Why am I not seeing Rudiger on this list? Hey, look, if Rudiger didn't get called up for international duty, thank God. I hope that he didn't. I'm not seeing him here. But I know you would think Rudiger would get called up for Germany. He's their best center back. Hey, look, hopefully not. Hopefully he did not get called up. But him and Militao, those are the 2 people that absolutely cannot have even a knock. Nothing can be wrong with these guys because we have no center backs. So, yeah, man, we're going to talk about the injuries, bro. But as I said, hopefully we'll be good. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Sam says we need to win every game in September to get into a groove. There is also Champions League starting. Yeah, I think our second game after the international break, because we play Real Sociedad the 14th, and then we go against Stuttgart, I think Tuesday, right? So that's going to be a game to keep an eye on. And you know what actually sucks is I'm not going to even be able to do the watch along on the 14th. Do you guys know that originally that game was supposed to be on the 15th? And then yesterday they switched it to the 14th at 3 p.m. And now I can't do it. So I'm a little annoyed about that, but it's all good. And big up to everybody that's in here, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so already. It's so hard to imagine Madrid lineup without Fede and Jude. I think more so Fede, because Fede, I mean, this guy is Mr. Reliable. He rarely gets injured. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, I mean, look, Jude's been out for the last since the first game. Jude hasn't played since Mallorca, right? And I think, we are good enough to where we can overcome Jude being out, right? This is why you have Arda. This is why you have Brahim, who I actually think are better 10s than Jude. Now, this season, Jude's been playing in the box-to-box 8, which is his best position. But in terms of just having that attacking midfielder presence that can actually link play, that can slow down the game, that can control the ball, I actually think that we are slightly better when Jude is not playing that role, right? Because I think everything that makes Jude a really good player is off the ball, right? His pressing, right? His work rate, his crashing the box late, like things like that, I think make Jude. Now, Jude is decent on the ball, but he's not as good on the ball as Arda or Brahim. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think early in the season, right, when we were running the 3-man midfield of Jude, Valverde, Tchouameni, I think that's why we struggled a little bit. Because all three of them are good midfielders, right? But all three of them are very similar in terms of they're all good off the ball. So now when it comes time to control the ball in the midfield, we don't really have anybody that can do it. That's why we are missing Toni Kroos, because last season we had Toni Kroos that was controlling the ball in the midfield, that was picking out the great passes, that was unlocking the defense when Dani Carvajal was making overlapping runs on that right side, right? Now we don't have that. And I think that we did get a little bit exposed against Mallorca by not having anybody that can control the ball in that midfield and slow the game down. We saw against Atalanta as well in the Super Cup. The first half, we were struggling. We didn't play that well. Second half, we got the 2 goals, right? Some brilliance from Vinicius. Then Jude got the assist for Mbappe. But we didn't look that good, to be honest, But, win's a win. But there's definitely some things that we got to work on. But I get what you mean, though, 2K, for sure, bro. James Rodriguez, I don't think he played from what I heard. And Rayo drew with Espanyol 1-1. Okay. My ears hurt every time you talk about Enzo. Ain't gonna lie, bro. You rate him too high, bro. Okay, so name me somebody else in world football that could be a good Toni Kroos replacement. I'm not saying that he's the only one, right? He's just the first one that comes to mind. Like, I can't, but I get it though, bro. Like, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and like that's okay. But I definitely get what you mean, though, bro. Like, if you don't rate Enzo, that's cool, but I rate him. I'm telling you, I think if he was at Madrid, I'm telling you, a lot of people would talk about him very differently. Let me see. Actually, September until the international break. Damn, the next international break is in October? My goodness. Let's give it a rest. If Madrid decide to get into the transfer window in January, which players would you like to sign for what role? See, the January window. You know what? Actually, let me save this comment. We're going to actually come back to this one in just a second, 2K, because that actually does tie in with the next topic that we got. So, yeah, give me a second with that. What's going on, DM? Not going to lie, Mbappe goal was kind of weak. I mean, look, I think the build-up play for it was nice, right? I think the assist from Fede Valverde was really good. The back heel, one-touch kind of assist. But, I mean, did you want him to score a 30-yard screamer? I don't really care how the goal comes, as long as you score him, right? And he needed to score it because you saw throughout the game and just the last few games, he's really been forcing it. which was kind of annoying me because like he was definitely trying to just get that weight off his shoulder, right? And I know a lot of people were waiting to make jokes online if he didn't score. I don't care if the goal was weak, bro. As long as you put that one into the back of the net, it's all good with me. God protect all these players, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. May these players be healthy. May no injuries come to them. None of that. The last game is against Villarreal, which would be a good game. Villarreal are usually a tough opponent. Okay, Rudiger stayed. Yeah, because like I was reading the list. And I'm like, yo, some don't see. Like, I'm like, I didn't bring up Rudiger. That's perfect. That is okay with me. If Rudiger stayed, well, obviously he did. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let Rudiger just do some light cardio. Let him kick a ball back and forth. No intense training these next 2 weeks. Let him rest. If you lose Valverde, you're done. I mean, yeah, Valverde is a super important player. I think if Valverde goes down, God forbid, it just depends on at what time does it happen and who do we have available, right? Because I think that we do have a good enough squad where if any single player gets injured, we should still have a good enough squad to keep on winning and maintain a certain kind of level until said player gets back. But if he got injured right now, while Jude's already out, Camavinga, right? Now Dani Ceballos, like all these guys are already injured. Yeah, that would be peak for sure. See, throw Santi Jimenez in there. That's an all-star squad. Yo, what's going on, Trump? Santiago Jimenez, the Mexican, the striker. Is that who you mean? I feel like is that his name? Let me see. Santi Jimenez. Is that who you're talking about, bro? Let me see. Yeah, Santiago Jimenez, the striker for Feyenoord. I don't know, bro. I don't rate him. I watched Copa America. We did probably like 2 or 3 Mexico games on stream. He didn't impress me in Copa. I'm going to be real. And I don't know how Mexico have fallen off so much in this sport. Like, isn't that their best sport? What's going on? But nah, I don't really. Yeah, look, I was saying, look, before the window closed, I wanted Ivan Toney. He only had 12 months left. He's a complete striker, gives us a different profile off the bench. That'd have been an amazing signing. But now he's at Al Ahly, getting the bag. I don't blame him. Yeah, Jude Bellingham is not good on the ball. We have a Barca fan here. So are you a Barca fan? Bro, and by the way, like my channel is not necessarily a Real Madrid fan channel, right? That's my team. So we're going to be doing, content around them. But I talk about all teams, right? But I just have to kind of find like a new content strategy now that the transfer window has closed, because there still are transfer rumors, right? So we could still do transfer live streams, but with the window being closed, like, does it matter as much, the rumors that we're going to be seeing now? But yeah, we talk about everybody here, and so it's all good if a Barca fan is here. It's all good. Or you're saying that you're a Barca fan? There's no way you just said that. Wait, what? Yo, Jude Bellingham is not good on the ball. We have a Barcelona fan here. There's no. Oh, you're calling me the Barca fan? Yeah, bro. Jude's not as good as on the ball as a lot of people think. Like, I think Jude's a really good player. He's a really good player. Massively overrated. Like, the Zidane comparisons is ridiculous. Just because he wears the number 5, Jude is nothing like Zinedine Zidane. Because Jude is better off the ball. Zinedine Zidane was better on the ball. Like, there's a reason, for example, right? Jude cannot be the 10 for me because he's not the guy that I want linking play. He's not the guy that I want pulling the strings, right? He doesn't have the technical ability to do that, right? Jude is an 8. He's a box-to-box 8. That's why we bought him. We didn't buy him to play him. We didn't buy him to play as a 10. We didn't buy him to play as a false 9 or a striker, right? Now, he did it last season very well, mind you, right? So congrats. Like, he did a really good job. But that's not why we bought him, right? We only did that because Benzema left and we had no replacement. So I don't really get what you mean. Jude on the ball is not that good. Like, what are we talking about here? It's not as bad as people want to make it out to be. But Jude on the ball, he looks clumsy. He doesn't look comfortable on it. That doesn't mean that Jude's a bad player. But if you disagree, and if you want to argue it, DM me on Instagram, and I'll drop you the link, and you can join the show. As long as your camera's turned on, I'll bring you on. And then you can tell me why Jude is so good on the ball. But yeah, he's not bad on the ball. It's just not his strongest suit being on it, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we got. Yo, what's good, bro? My G. Bro, 2 times you investment in Real while their stock is down. Okay. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Tony Cruz. Bro, I think we need to bring him back. We need to bring him back. If I was Florentino Perez, you're telling me, yo, Tony Cruz last season was arguably the best midfielder in the world. He's retired. I would bring him back. I would literally call him and say, you want to do one more year? Like, can you please do one more year? But I know that's not going to happen, bro. But yeah, man, he left so early, man. The glow up will be insane. Okay. Was out all day yesterday. Wasn't able to watch the game or join the watch along. I assume Vinny was the best player on the pitch. Look at Vinny, man. So yeah, Vinny had a good game. A lot of people, bro, I'm not going to lie. Yo, that was the best game that we played all season. Even though the performance could have been a lot better, that was the most cohesive that we've looked this season so far. And we are going to talk about the game in a little bit, but I just I just go to everybody's comments, though, just to make sure everybody's comments are getting seen. My football club, Manchester United, is not a serious club. They have that bald, cooked peanut head fraud in charge. I'm not going to lie, bro. Ten Hag does not make it to February. Ten Hag will be sacked middle of the season. This guy is an absolute joke. This guy let go of Sancho, but he's relying on Megan Rapinoe and Antony and Marcus Rashford up front. Get out of here, bro. The tactics look awful, right? Like, you guys play an awful style of football. It's just so many things that Ten Hag does wrong. Told you before, Carnage. Kovacic can do a better job than Enzo. You're right. He's not my cup of tea. Man, the disrespect, bro. The disrespect. Rajat, what's going on, bro? If you can get Rodri off Real Betis, he's kind of good, but not sure Madrid level. I'm not familiar with him to even give an opinion on him. But I'm doing good, bro. I'm having a good day. Nice, calm day. Can't complain. But how's everybody's day going? Hope everybody's having a good day as well. Let me see. Tchouameni is injured. Yeah, bro. Yeah, actually, you know what? While we're actually talking about this real quick, let me bring up this tweet. 1 second, chat. Where is this at? I do have okay, no, I don't. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Let me see. Where's it at? Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, we'll have this tweet up kind of like while I'm still going through your comments. Just, Yep, these are everybody that's out so far. Another early season bunch of injuries, man. Jimenez plays night and day for the Mexican national team. Okay. Yeah, Feyenoord. Okay. Defo wasn't hating on PayPal. Nah, bro, I'm not saying that you were hating. I was just making fun of Zaire because I saw both you guys in the comments yesterday when it was 0-0. But then after we scored, I think that you guys disappeared. That's all I was saying, bro. I mean, look, bro, like, where was you at? Where was you? Nah, fuck with you, bro. Big up to the Bayern view, man. Big up, bro. If you can get one Barca player to play for Madrid right now, who would it be? Barca. Who would I take from Barcelona right now? And you guys could get in the chat as well. And any question that I put up here, I actually want you guys to put your opinions in as well. Who would I want? That's a good question. I'll say it's between Lamine Yamal and Arroyo, the center back. One of those two. Ancelotti likes Bellingham at the 10. Yeah, because of his box crashing, not because he necessarily wants him on the ball like that. We build up through the wings. Like we're more of like a wing play team. We're not necessarily central like that. Diaz, Güler, Ceballos can fill there as well. Well, Ceballos is injured now, bro. I think our 10 should be Rodrygo. Carlo should switch him position. Well, if we go to the 4-4-2, I'm definitely open to seeing Rodrygo running that 10 behind Mbappe and Vinny for sure. Like he should rotate there with Brahim and Arda as well. Nah, big up, man. Big up the Bayern View, my guy. Let me see. Vinny is more important than Mbappe by miles. That's a fact. This is Vinicius' team. This is Vinny's team. Literally, this is Vinny's team. Vinny's the number 7. Vinny's our left winger. Vinny's the guy that was the best player and, you know, led us basically to La Liga title, Champions League last season, right? Spanish Super Cup, right? He's the one that's been here all these years. He's the one that had to prove himself because when Vinny first came, this guy, I'm telling you, I was not sure about him. And the fact that we've seen him transform himself from a player that just had skill and flair but was so wasteful, had bad decision-making. The fact that this guy has transformed himself into one of the best players in the world is so crazy to me. Like, when I was seeing people before yesterday talk about Vinny needs to be moved so Mbappe can play. Bro, I would never move Vinicius. This is his team. Mbappe has joined Vinny's team. We've won the Champions League. Mbappe has not. I'm not displacing Vinicius for Mbappe. By Mbappe making the decision to come here, that means that he must understand that he has to play more central and that he's not the highest in the pecking order. And hypothetically, if these guys cannot work together, and if I had to pick one of them, I'm selling Mbappe before I sell Vinny. Like, nah, man. Vinny has so much credit in the bank. When everybody was getting on to him because he played pretty poorly against Las Palmas, saying that he's selfish and that he's the problem. I'm like, bro, look at how quickly you guys forget what this man has done for us. Because he played one bad game. What about all the big chances that he created? Do you guys know that Vinicius has created the most big chances in La Liga so far this season? Nobody could finish them. Against Valladolid, he put that ball on a plate for Mbappe, who missed. What about the assist that he got in the Super Cup to Rodrygo? No, to Valverde. He should have got an assist to Rodrygo, who missed the 1v1. What about against Real Mallorca? Sorry, my gosh. What about against Mallorca? Those opportunities that he created. Valladolid created opportunities. But because he had one bad game against Las Palmas where he wasn't playing that well, everybody turns on him. Funny that. He is an 8, as you said, scored over 20 goals, surpassing Vinny, by the way, bro. All the respect, vehemently disagree, bro. No way. So what you think, that Jude's a better player than Vinicius? Are you out of your mind? You think Jude's one of the best 10s in the world? Because he's not. Jude is an 8. He's not a 10. And he scored those goals because we ran a complete different formation, right? And he had complete freedom. In the 4-4-2, he was more of a striker than a 10 last season. Look at his average positioning. He's kind of everywhere, but he crashes the box late. Like, what are we talking about here? Jude was our striker last season. Like let's just be completely real with it. Because when the game started, even though it started off in a 4-4-2, when the game started to go, Vinny's on the left, Rodrygo's out wide on the right. Who's down the middle? Jude. What are we talking about here? Of course, a striker is going to more than likely be scoring more goals than the winger. And don't forget that Vinicius also missed like 7 weeks last season as well. So, like, what are we actually doing here? What are we doing here? I believe Real will have a massive glow up and win La Liga and Champions. I'm calling it. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. Okay. We kind of got to move on though a little bit. Let me see what you guys saying. You think Olmo would be perfect for Madrid? Good player. Good player. But yeah, anyways, look, we talked about the injuries, right? Now, what I want to get into And my guy right here, 2K, he put up a really good comment, right? Let me see, where's it at? So yeah, he said, if Madrid decides to get into the transfer window in January, which player would you like to sign and for what role? One, I need you guys to also get in the comment section and answer this. But I do want to share a tweet that I just saw while we were on live. So I didn't even really mean to talk about this. But one second. Yeah, I'll pull it up right here. But it's... Did I not save it? Or no? Let me see. No, I did not. Okay, massive L for me. Wow. But it was a tweet that was talking about like Madrid's strategy in terms of like spending money and different things, like how people are upset that, you know, we didn't necessarily go into the market and bring somebody else in. Okay, I have it right here. So look, this tweet right here, chat. 1 second, guys. Where's it at? Where's it at? Yeah, here we go. So look at this right here. So this says, Real Madrid board members are always reluctant to spend money as they look to maintain balanced accounts and also think this squad has the potential to win a lot of titles. They also say that if there's an injury crisis, the academy will be used. Well, look, we are in somewhat of an injury crisis right now. So we definitely have to figure this out. We got to. And I'm still somebody that was critical of the way we ended the transfer window. The fact that we didn't make a center back signing to me is atrocious. That was the number one thing that we should have been doing. I don't get how we saw all the injuries that we had last season, and then Perez and the board decided, we'll take that risk again this season. The only defender that we went in for was Lenny Yoro. And then we didn't want to match Manchester United's bid, so then we lost out on Lenny Yoro. And at the time, I said it yesterday, I was cool with us missing out on Yoro. I didn't mind. Like, I agree with not overpaying. Only because I thought we'd go and get somebody else. I didn't know that that was the end-all be-all, because then we should have matched United's bid. Yoro wanted to come to Madrid. He was begging for us to come get him. But we didn't want to pay the money. United were willing to offer him a bag. Fair enough. He went there. But why not match that? Now, here we are. We got about 8 injuries already after only 4 games into the season. And we only have 2 fit center backs. Rodrygo injured. Militao injured. We're screwed. If any one of those 2 get injured, we're screwed. Because David Alaba, Jesus Vallejo, they're out as of right now. So what are we doing? I agree with us not overspending, right? I agree with the club wanting to have balanced books, because that's how you are able to make a profit, right? That's how you're able to afford to buy some of these players in the future, right? Like, you don't want to be like a Barcelona, right? Who are broke because they didn't do their financials correctly, right? They overspent on Griezmann. They overspent on Dembele, Coutinho, all these guys that cost like 130 million that flopped. And now their books are all messed up. The club's in debt. They can't really sign players. They got to do backhand deals to be able to register some of their signings, right? I don't want to be like that. So I understand where the club is coming from. But at the same time, we made $1 billion last season. The first club to ever make $1 billion. You're telling me that we couldn't spend a little bit of money in this transfer window? Is that what you're seriously telling me? Aside from Mbappe, what did we do? And that was a free transfer, technically, because you didn't have to buy him from PSG. You just had to negotiate terms with him. But we needed a center back. We needed a center mid, right? We should have went after somebody that had similar qualities to Toni Kroos. I know that I say Enzo Fernandez, but that's not the only player that has a similar skill set that can play a deep line role, right? Like, that's not the only player. There's other guys out there. And I think that we are going to miss somebody that has similar qualities to a Toni Kroos. Now, there's nobody out there that's on his level. But at the end of the day, it hurts to not have somebody that can even do the role. I think maybe we needed another striker. Letting Joselu leave was a big mistake. because now we have no aerial threat. Literally, none of our attackers are aerial threats. Unless Jude is in the box. Putting in a cross is useless. Our front three, our strikers, they're all 5'10" or shorter. Joselu was 6'4". When you're struggling to break teams down, he's an important player to come off the bench for you. Because now he gives teams something different to think about. Last season, how many times did Joselu come on? You bring on Fran Garcia as well, because Fran Garcia is an excellent crosser, and you're whipping balls into the box, and Joselu was a threat. But now, if we're struggling to score, nobody that we bring off the bench is going to make us play differently. Defenders aren't going to have to defend differently, necessarily, because we're still going to have to keep the ball on the ground. No aerial threat. But for me, those were the three. Center back, another center mid, possibly a striker. That could be good in the air. That's what I think we should have done. But look, I'm not going to complain too much. Perez and these guys, they don't necessarily lead me astray, ever. Like, it's very rare that Florentino Perez is wrong, right? And I don't have to agree with everything, but I definitely will call it out if I don't agree with it. But yeah, look, to answer 2K's question, though, if Madrid decides to get into the transfer window in January, which player would you like to sign for what role? I think it'll be tough. Only because the January window, right? One, we don't ever spend money in January. That's the first thing, 2K. You know this, bro. You know this. We like to do our spending in the summer. I think the only way that Madrid do make some signings, bro, we didn't even make any signings last January, and we had all them damn injuries. We had 3 guys out with ACLs, right? Jude was dealing with his shoulder. Vinny was missing like 6 weeks. Bro, we had so many injuries last season, and we still didn't make no signings in January. The only way that we make signings in January is if it's a situation like this. A lot of injuries. And then I don't even think that we'll do it then. But on the off chance that Florentino Perez decides to buy some players in the middle of the season, I can't even tell you who I'd want, because during the middle of the season, it might be a little bit unrealistic, right? But I just want to address center back. I want to address the midfield. Somebody that could play as like a deep lying 8. And then I also would maybe want to address striker, just to have a different option off the bench, right? Because Endrick, I like him, but he's like 5'7" or 5'6". You know, like we need a tall presence up front. Because literally, like when we cross the ball now, I'm sitting there like, yeah, what's the point? No way my phone just died while it's on the charger, chat. My phone just died while it's on the charger. That's crazy. Let me see. That man, Ten Hag, plays that ball, don't suit his players. If you're going to stick at the back and play on counters, you need the best players. Bro, you know what's actually crazy about that? Ten Hag has spent maybe close to 700 million pounds since he's been there. And look at the squad. Look at how they look. Look at the style of play. That's why when people get onto the Glazers, I'm like, bro, at least the Glazers spend money, right? You could be like Liverpool and have an ownership group that don't want to spend money, like FSG. That's all. You think Olmo would be a good signing for for Real Madrid? If you can get João Felix when he was at Benfica before he transferred to Bilbao, would you do that deal? Well, I mean, back then, that was a lot of money. Atleti paid like what, 128 million for him, 130 million. That was a lot of money at that time. But I mean, he had a lot of potential, right? Like he was cooking for Benfica. But what year did he join them? Because I'm trying to think of the squad back then. Like, would we have needed him? Maybe not, but I think he could have did good in Real Madrid system. Yeah. Olmo and Mbappe and Vinny would be deadly. I don't really rate Dani Olmo that much. He's a good player, though. Will like Odegaard type at Madrid. What do you mean by this? Vinny is kind of the heart of this team. Not kind of, he is. I don't like most of our fan base. There are a bunch of mutants. They're backing the bald frauds and hog, rating scrubs like Megan Rapinoe and abusing certified tip. Bro, you know what the thing is? Manchester United fans, Fortune, they don't rate technical ballers. They like the passion merchants. They like the guys that run around, put in a slide tackle, kiss the badge. Like, that's the baller that they like. Look at how they treated Sancho. Look at how they treated Paul Pogba. And to me, Paul Pogba, I'm telling you something right now. Paul Pogba was one of the best midfielders that I've ever seen play. I've only been watching for 10 years, right? So, granted, you know, I haven't had that big of a sample size. But Paul Pogba was an absolute unicorn. Imagine if he would have went to a Real Madrid instead of Manchester United. Imagine how we'd be talking about Paul Pogba today. Imagine. He'd be considered generational. To me, Paul Pogba was a generational kind of talent. 6'3", 6'4", that's moving like that on the ball, that can pick out those kind of passes, that has that kind of shooting range. Paul Pogba could do everything. And Manchester United, they still found a way to misuse him. That's why they rate the guys that you said, like Bruno, right? Megan Rapinoe, Rashford. And it's like, bro, it's just a bunch of pace and power. That's what they like. Technical players go to your club to die. That's why I don't even think that Kobe Mainoo is going to be able to develop properly underneath Erik ten Hag. So, yeah, man. For me, Vinny is very good. Yeah, bro, I mean, I think everybody would agree that Vinny is very good. You know, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or later this year. Disrespect to Vinny is crazy. Mbappe needs to get up to speed, and the front three will shut the haters up. I'm with you, Sam. I believe that we're going to come back very soon. Okay, I'm with you. I think how we ended the game yesterday, like going into international break, I'm feeling positive. Okay, you have forgotten what he did for us. What I'm saying is Bellingham did better in La Liga than Vinny. I love Vinny, but please just come out and say that you're British, bro, because wow, okay. If I was British, wouldn't I be overrating Jude? Is that not how that would work? Or am I thinking of something different here? Because that seems like that would have made a little bit more sense, would be to overrate Vinny. Can't afford any injuries. We got El Clasico in October, and we need to win. That's a fact. Because Barcelona, they're cooking at the moment. I cannot lie. Hansi Flick has these guys cooking. See? At 34, 40 million euros to bid, and we definitely was. Yeah, but the thing is, though, he only had 12 months left on his deal, and he's 18. Like, why would you be spending 60 million on a, you know? I mean, well, United did, but again, if he was the only center back that we wanted, we should have matched their bid. I don't like Mbappe at all. I think he lacks a lot of important skills. He isn't well-rounded. What skills in general, DM? Let me know. This is the only player that I want that Madrid got. I mean, the transfer window. Florian Wirtz. I don't really want Florian Wirtz. Like, I would rather. Me personally, I'm more of a Jamal Musiala guy, right? Wirtz has 4 years left on his deal. Musiala only has 2 years left. So if Musiala doesn't sign a new contract by next summer, he'll only have 12 months left. Next summer, Musiala, to me, that's the guy that we should be going out there and getting. Wirtz is a good player, though. But I think he ends up at Bayern Munich, personally. Jose Lu saved Madrid a few times. Yep, the low blocks are killing us right now. And we have nothing different to unlock it. Like, we're trying to open up doors with the same key. And sometimes the key works, but so far, it's not really working as successfully as we think it should. Did I play? Nah, not too much. I got into this sport as a teenager. Like, too late. I didn't even want to, but nah. Did you? 2K words would add much more attacking depth, especially when Modric is gone. Yeah, true. And this is Modric's last season, right? If Pogba went to Barca Madrid, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, bro, the way that people talk about Paul Pogba would be so much different if he didn't make that. Bro, going back to Manchester United was a mistake. Patrice Evra came out and said that Pogba wanted to come to Madrid, but Florentino Perez told him that we can't offer him the same money that Man United were willing to offer him. So he took the better deal financially. It's his fault. But, man, sucks. I think if Paul Pogba signs for Madrid back, I think he'd still be here today. Paul Pogba's still a very good player. I know that he's suspended right now because of the PEDs or whatever, but Pogba right now is better than most midfielders. Right now. Paul Pogba today is better than most midfielders that are out there. This is facts, chat. I hate Man U out of all the teams. That's when he played. I don't even hate watching Madrid like that, and I'm a Barca fan. Oh, man. I wish we had Vinny on Barca. It'd be the cherry on top. Yeah, bro, I'm being honest. I'm surprised that that Dani Olmo was your only big signing. I definitely thought that with Hansi Flick joining, that meant that you guys were going to make like 2 big signings this summer. And you guys only ended up, you guys were trying for Nico Williams. And I think that Barca did expect Nico Williams to join them. But, yeah, he curved you guys. Crazy. Let me see. The British hate Jude. They think he's mid. What? Bro, Jude gets glazed. The overhype of him is crazy. It's so crazy. And most of that comes from the British people. But nah, Jude's a good player, though. Just not that good on the ball. I don't really know what you like. And if you don't think so, then you only watch the games from SofaScore. You're not actually watching with your eyes if you think that Jude's good on the ball. He's decent on the ball. He's not good on the ball. He's better off the ball. But yeah, bro, try watching the games, right? Don't just look at the stat sheet and say, oh, look, Jude got an assist. Oh, Jude scored. Yeah, he's good on the ball. Watch the games with your eyes. Trust me. Like, there's been times that we've done a watch along, and chat, anybody that's in my watch along can vouch for this. There's times that we'll do a game, and like, I always pull up SofaScore because I know people do care about stats. So like, I'll pull it up, and then it'll say that certain players had really good games. Like, it'd be like, oh, an 8 rating, right? And I'm like, he didn't play that well today. I literally just watched him play, and he did not cook like this. So why are they giving him such a high rating? Yo, what's going on? This charger is not charging my phone. Oh my gosh, bro. Because I actually had some notes that I need to look at for the next thing that we're going to talk about. Let me see. Paul Pogba growing up in my teams was my favorite football player in the world. The closer thing to Zidane. Yeah, bro, thing is, yeah, like Paul Pogba is closer to Zinedine Zidane than Jude is. This is facts. This is nothing but... Okay, this charger shit is not working. All right, hold up, chat. Because I need my phone to turn on before we get into the last thing that we're going to talk about. Because I had stuff written down, so I didn't forget any points. Oh, my days. This is turned off. Like, what is actually going on? Do you play NBA video games? I used to play 2K a lot, but I don't play it that much anymore. 2K kind of sucks now. Like, I don't really play video games like that. The only time that I play video games is if I'm running pro clubs, like with Staffy and them. But when the new FC comes out, we'll probably do like some video game live streams. That would be pretty fun, right? Maybe I could play like some of you guys on stream. Maybe like the members, like whoever's members of the channel. I'll play you guys on stream and whatnot. That'd be pretty dope. And this is facts, by the way. This is facts. This is facts. He's cooking here. On YouTube Carnage, Musiala should go to a different team. Maybe, wait, what do you mean? Liverpool or Barca? We don't need all. No, what I'm saying is, if we're going to go sign Wirtz, right? Or if we're going to try and sign Wirtz, all that I'm saying, bro, is that I'd rather have Musiala than Wirtz. They're both very similar. I'm just saying I don't really want Wirtz. But if we are, and I don't think that we need them, right? Because we have Arda Güler, Diaz. I'm fine with them. But if we did want to sign a player of that kind of mold, then I'd rather it just be Musiala. Yo, 1 second, chat. I gotta go get my other charger because for some weird reason, like my phone's not coming back on. 1 second, guys. Be right back. 1 second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. 1 second, guys. Plug it in. I don't know what the hell is going on. I hope that my phone not broken. Because today's a holiday, so I wouldn't even be able to replace my phone today. Like, all the shops done close up. Yeah, I'm going to need this to turn back on expeditiously. Because what is going on? And the thing is, I had it charging while we were doing the stream. I had it open next to me, and it just died. I'm like, what? How does that happen? So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it, but hopefully it comes back on with this better charger that I just brought. But I don't know what the hell's going on. His passing, header's defense gets into space. He's not supposed to. Let's see. Yeah, man. Pog Boom. What a player, bro. What a player. If I was a midfielder and if I could build my ideal midfielder, it would be Paul Pogba. Any watch-alongs earlier than weekend? I'm actually doing only one watch-along this week. Brazil versus Ecuador Friday. I'm not. Yes, my phone's coming back on. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yo, I was starting to panic, chat. But yeah, we'll be doing Brazil versus Ecuador Friday, and then I'll probably. No, I'm not doing nothing Saturday, but we'll do a watch along Sunday more than likely. And then yeah, we'll be doing watch alongs throughout next week as well. Shoot, next Friday, chat. Next Friday, we are doing our first Saudi Pro League watch along for the season. I think it's going to be Al Nazar versus Al Ahly. That should be good. Get to watch some Ronaldo, right? Al Ahly got Riyad Mahrez, Ivan Toney, Gabri Villegas, Frank Kessie. Nah, man, that's going to be a good game. We will be there. We will be there. Because that Friday, there's nothing else going on. I think the only other game that I was considering watching next Friday was I think it was like Dortmund versus like some unknown team. But I'm like, nah, I'd rather watch the Saudi Super League because that league is pretty fun to watch. So, okay, my phone's back on. All right, I'm about to say because I could not do the next topic with because like I didn't want to miss no talking points. Okay, and we're about to move on anyways, chat. Let me see. Yo, Abdallah, big up, big up. What's going on, bro? Let me see. How far behind am I on comments? Okay, like only a few minutes. Not bad, not bad. Bro, international break sucks. I want club football back. I actually don't mind a little break. To be honest, bro, the start of the season has been real stressful, okay? A little break is nice. Musiala is very good. Musiala is him. He's him. He'll leave my golden boy alone. You better hope that he signs a new deal, or else we will be there next summer. Okay. Bellingham is clear of who? He's not clear of Musiala. Not as a 10. Okay, I think I caught up on all the comments, right? Let me see. Yeah, bro, that'll be fire, bro. Yo, that game's gonna be fire. Yep, I represent Ronaldo. Yep, not how to go. We will be there, bro. Goat things. What's Messi doing nowadays? Do he even still play football except for Argentina? When the last time he played for Miami? Where's he been for his team? Because Ronaldo's trying to help his team. That's all I'm saying, bro. Tony debut as well. There. We will be there. Well, Tony. Yo, Tony's going to cook in Saudi. That's going to be next Friday, I believe. Next Friday. Right? Is it next Friday or is it next Thursday? Let me see. I'll tell you guys right now, and then we're going to move on. We got 2 more things to talk about. We're already an hour and 22 minutes in. It doesn't even feel like it's been going by. Yo, time's been going by super fast, bro. I'm really enjoying the stream. Big up to everybody that's in here, man. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the content as well, right? Big up your damn selves. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And yeah, yep, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Kind of spooky. But yeah, Al Nazar versus Al Ahly. Yep, I already got that in my calendar. I don't know what time that game is, though. Because I think when I first added it to my calendar, it was like TBD. But the time should be updated by now, right? Let me check. Friday the 13th. Yeah, Dortmund versus Heldenheim. I'm not watching that bullshit. Saudi Pro League. Let me see. 2 p.m. We will be there. 2 p.m. Eastern time. We will be there. All right. Enough of this. Okay. Been doing a lot of chat. Damn, why I got so close? How my skin look, chat? You guys see my beard's growing in? You guys see it? The beard coming in, chat. You know, I'm gonna have like the Drake beard, like the James Harden kind of beard, you know? But all right, let's move on though, guys. And one of the things that I want to talk about, right? I did kind of want to talk about the match yesterday, right? Do a little recap on the Betis game, right? Now, big up to everybody that watched my match reaction, right? If you guys haven't, make sure you check that out after this stream ends. But 2-0 win against Real Betis. Guys, let me know what you thought about that match. How are you feeling after that victory? Like, what are your thoughts on the performance? What were you impressed by? What didn't you like, right? Like, that's what I want to get into right now. Because even though I don't think the performance was the best, I think that's maybe the best that we've looked all season, which kind of isn't good enough still. But heading into that match, I was really nervous to play Real Betis because they're the best team that we've played so far in the league. And we usually have a tougher time beating them, right? Like the games are always low scoring, right? Like maybe a 1-1, 1-0, 2-0. Last season, I think, what was like the last game was 0-0. Like we don't just go in there and get an easy 3 points versus them. And the form that we were on, it made me a little hesitant, especially when we couldn't even beat Las Palmas. They should have beat us. We were lucky to draw. We were getting cooked by Mallorca. We barely beat, or no, we didn't barely because it was 3-0, but we only beat Valladolid 3-0 because Brahim Diaz came off the bench and started cooking. But we were struggling. So going against Betis, who are a better team than everybody else that we played, I would be lying to you if I told you that I was as confident as I usually am. And again, the performance wasn't that good, but it was the best that we've seen so far. We actually looked cohesive. We looked like a team that knew each other. Because before, these guys would be out there and they looked like a bunch of strangers. They looked like they didn't have any chemistry. I'm seeing the chemistry between Vinny, Rodrygo, and Mbappe now, right? The way that they were linking play. I'm seeing Mbappe making better runs centrally. I'm seeing him not drift as wide anymore. I'm seeing Rodrygo stick to that right wing. Yeah, there were some times when he drifted more inwards, right? There were times when he was on the left wing sometimes, but his heat map, he was predominantly on that right wing. So now we looked better in attack. We had more balance. Mbappe got his first 2 goals. Vinicius, unselfish, won the penalty. And then because Vinny is our penalty taker. And he gave it to Mbappe after he already scored. So Vinny could have took that. But he gave it to Mbappe. Everybody telling me that Vinny's selfish. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Vinny is probably one of the most unselfish players in world football. Mbappe already said that Vinny was recruiting him to come. Jude said the same thing. The club used Vinny to recruit players. And he welcomes them all in. Do you guys know that after Mbappe scored the penalty, it's caught on camera? Now, I can't show it because I'll get copyrighted, but go look it up. Vinny told him, Mbappe, 1 more goal. We need 3. He wanted Mbappe to get a hat trick. That sounds real selfish to me. That sounds like somebody that has an ego, right? Yo, I don't forget, bro. I don't forget the disrespect that Vinny was getting after one poor performance against Las Palmas was crazy, bro. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, as I said, there were positives from yesterday's game, right? I didn't even talk about Valverde. Valverde, what a player, what a midfielder, one of the most underrated midfielders in world football. Does not get spoken about enough. It seems like only Madrid fans rate him as highly as he should be. I told you guys, ESPN, they dropped that midfielders list from last season where they ranked the 30 best midfielders. They had Fede Valverde at 26. I told you, I almost drove to ESPN and slapped the writer myself. I couldn't believe that. The disrespect to have Valverde, 26 out of 30. 26 out of any list for Valverde is crazy. He needs to be in or maybe right outside that top 10. And I got to hear your reasoning for why he's outside that top 10. But what a performance he put in yesterday. And what an assist, by the way, for Mbappe. Tchouameni. A lot of people were trying to give up on Tchouameni after Las Palmas, telling me that he's shit, he's not good on the ball, all these different things. He's mid, overrated. Where are you? Tchouameni cooked. He cooked. Had an absolute beast of a performance. I just want to call out the pros. That was the best game that we've played so far this season. But we're not going to get gassed, right? We're not going to get carried away because it still was not good enough. That first half was so mid. Right? And we can actually get into the cons, right? We talked about the positives, but the cons of this matter from that game, we started off really slow. Every game. I said it yesterday, and somebody said it in the chat. You will see aliens land on planet Earth before you see Madrid start a game fast. And I think he might be right. Because it seems like every game, we got to let the other team have the ball. We got to let them find their form first. Like, we got to let them be in and around our box. Like, we want to grow into the game. We could just never start off hot. The opening 15 minutes, we were getting cooked. Betis were on our ass the first 15 minutes. Then we got a little better into it. But the first half in general, not good enough. No real chances created. I think Betis, though, defensively played really well. Their goalkeeper made some big saves, right? Militao should have scored off that corner. Keeper made a... Yo, by the way, what's up with every team when they play us turning into prime Italy? Everybody's keeper is prime Buffon. Like, how? So far, these low blocks are killing us. And I'm happy with the 2-0 win, but we still got to find ways to unlock the defense. Another con, the first one that I actually noticed. Why the hell did Dani Ceballos start yesterday? On what planet does Dani Ceballos get into Madrid starting 11 when Arda Güler is fit? What the hell does this guy have on Carlo Ancelotti? Because to me, that is crazy that Dani Ceballos started this game. This is the same guy that wanted to leave 4 days ago before the window closed because he wanted more playing time. So how I view what happened on Sunday was Carlo started him to show Dani Ceballos that he is an important member of the first team. I don't ever want to see Dani Ceballos start another game. Unless we're playing a third division team in the Copa del Rey, why is he starting games? Why? What did he do yesterday? It's no coincidence that we scored our first goal right after we took him off. He's not good. He's an average player. He's not going to get better. He's just there in case we got injuries. But now he's injured. So we won't be seeing him for like 2 months, which sucks for him. But I'm not that mad that Ceballos isn't going to be there because I don't really want to see him play like that anyways. And I did give him credit for his involvement in Endrick's goal against Valladolid, right? That goal does not happen without Dani Ceballos doing what he did at the back. Fair enough. But overall, he's not that good. Why is he starting? I don't get it. Like, what does Carlos see in Dani Ceballos? I complained about it last season when he was getting minutes over Arda Güler, and I'm going to complain about it yesterday's game. I'd rather have kept Nico Paz and gave him minutes than give these minutes to Dani Ceballos. Literally. Why did he start? Second thing I had a problem with. We got to give Endrick more than 5 minutes a game. Why are you bringing him on in the 88th minute? What is the point? Literally, what is the point? So he can go out there and get a nice little cardio session? And you guys see, Endrick is dynamic. His first touch was almost a goal. It's twice now. This happened against Valladolid. He scored. This happened against Las Palmas, where he got into a dangerous area. Then this happened yesterday against Real Betis. Give this kid more than 5 minutes or don't bring him on. Endrick should have been brought on around the 70th minute. I actually think Endrick should have started yesterday, to be fair. Just to be clear. That's why I wore that Palmeiras jersey. Because I thought Endrick should have been in the starting 11. Because Mbappe was struggling. So I said, yo, I don't think it's fair that Mbappe is going to just stink up the place and keep starting. But he proved me wrong. And again, I always backed Mbappe. I just thought fair is fair. I don't think anybody should just start regardless. I think you should have to earn your place in the starting 11. So I was glad that Mbappe scored because we need this guy to be a hit for us. But I thought Endrick should have got the start yesterday. And we saw it yesterday. This guy is always making dangerous runs. And he's the only natural striker that we have. Stop subbing this man on in the 88th minute. Stop doing it. Bring him on a little bit earlier. Because you're taking the piss. That's what Carlo is doing with that. What else do I have? Because I also have some other cons, right? We talked about the first half. First half, we didn't look that good. We were getting cooked. First 15 minutes, we couldn't create no chances. And then the last issue that I got, chat, and then I'm getting to your comments, no Arda Güler? It's bad enough that you didn't start him. But Arda couldn't come off the bench? He was on the bench. He was at the game. So clearly, it's not like he's injured. It's not like he was left out the squad. He was there for the game. He was warming up on the sidelines. You know how like they just do like the warm-ups? Why didn't he get subbed on? I have not heard about any injury. So unless there's something going on injury-wise, or maybe he picked up a knock before the game, then fair enough. But let me know. Because I need that explained, how Arda does not get any minutes that game. That to me is crazy. And I'm going to give Carl the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there is something that we just haven't been briefed on. Maybe there is a slight knock that he picked up. Carlo didn't want to risk him. But clearly, he's fit. Because the guy is going to go to Turkey. He's playing with the national team. So he can't be injured. Why did this guy not get any minutes yesterday? Arda Güler needs to start every game that Jude is out for. That to me was egregious by Carlo. But those are my pros and cons from yesterday's game. And I see that you guys have been putting in your chat, so we're going to get into what you guys are saying. But look, overall, it was a good way to head into the international break with that kind of performance. And I'm excited to see how we build from that, you know? Let me see. Well, who's getting Florian Wirtz next year? I don't think my club can do that. Laporta won't spend a penny. He's going to join Madrid, or he might go to Bayern. I think he goes to Bayern Munich, honestly. That's where I can see Florian Wirtz going. Like, I can see him and Musiala being, like, the face of Bayern Munich and, like, leading them in the future. Because, you know, Bayern are a massive club, and they're going to have to sign players to, you know, compete with Madrid, Man City, and these, you know. So, and he's German as well, right? Like, you know, Bayern, they love their German players, and they usually are able to sign all the best players from everybody else's teams in the Bundesliga. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up at Bayern. That's what I predict, honestly. Who y'all think we signing for that right back position when Carvajal loses his legs? Well, we know that they're in for Trent, right? Trent has less than a year left on his deal. He could end up being a free signing next summer. I personally don't really want Trent. I rate Trent for his attacking stuff, right, and his crosses and set pieces. Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. But the guy can't defend. And if we go out there and bring in Trent at right back, and then if we go in and bring Alphonso Davies at left back, what are we going to do on counters? Like, could you imagine both our fullbacks just being all the way up the pitch? So for me, it's either Davies or it's Trent. But right back, who I would want, and you guys might not like this, but I'm going to say it. Reece James. Reece James. I think Reece James is the complete right back. This guy can defend. He can attack. He's a good crosser. He's good on set pieces. He can shoot as well. The only issue with Reece James is his fitness, right? And I personally think that maybe it's because Chelsea aren't handling him correctly. Now, that's kind of funny coming from a Madrid fan, right? Considering all the injuries that we have going on at the moment. But look at like Ousmane Dembele, right? This guy was at Barcelona. He used to yawn and be out for 3 weeks, right? This guy would sneeze and have to miss a month. At PSG, this guy has not been injured yet. He's played damn near every single game since he signed for them, right? So maybe a change of scenery is what's needed. But yeah, like when I think about it, like I like Reece James, right? Let me see. And I actually do think that we will sign I think that we will sign a right back next summer because, you know, Carvajal, he's not getting any younger. And I think this is like his last year as just out and out starter. Hold on, let me see. What other right backs would I take? Let's see. That's actually a pretty good question, bro. Yo, and make sure you guys smash that like button, chat. Yeah, let me look at some right backs, actually. Let me see. But I really do like Reece, though. I really like Reece. Let me see. Who they got here? Trent. Yeah, I think Trent's like the more than likely is option. Hakimi, and I mean, we should never sold Hakimi, to be honest, but he's at PSG now. No way that these two clubs do business for a while. Not Ben White, not Frimpong, not Pedro. Maybe Pedro Porro? Me personally, Reece James. That'd be my number one option is him. Right back market's kind of weak. I'm looking at these right backs, bro. This is not really moving me. These players I'm seeing. But yeah, that's who I would go with, bro. About time Firmino getting dropped. Let me see. My GOAT not winning anything this season again. Al Hilal going wild. Yeah, bro. Al Hilal are different. They're different. And they got Neymar, so I'm not mad at it. As long as Neymar winning trophies, it's all good. Al Hilal will win the league. Yeah, I agree. Al Nassr haven't even done anything. They haven't done nothing in the window that's impressed me. So I don't even think that they're trying to win either. My player played good ball compared to what we've played this season. Yesterday's game was better than any other one. That's a fact. Any midfielder that starts for Madrid, we won 2 UCLs in the last 2 years, should be top 10. 80 minutes Haram ball, 10 minutes of magic. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wait, real quick. Let me share this. Just the average positioning for yesterday's match. Like, look at the difference. Like, peep the difference, chat. Let me share this real quick. And I'll still get into more of your chats. And we're going to wrap up here shortly. Where's it at? Yep, look. Look at this. Perfect. This is perfect. This is literally the best average positioning that we've seen out of the first games. Like, this is how we need to be. Just got to get a little bit better. But this is how it should be. That can break lines. We have road runners, and we suffer when we meet low block teams. If he was playing possession football, we wouldn't be talking about low blocks. Are you talking to me? I don't know who you're talking to with that one, 2K. I'm telling you, Endrick is very good. He is very good. You're not wrong. We need to give this guy more minutes. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Let me see. I don't know why. I can't just tell. Okay. Reece James, I think, is expected to come back. Yeah. His match suspension, because he was suspended for the first 3 games. So he'll be back for the 4th game. Maybe we can trick Chelsea and get Gusto. Gusto's a good player as well, but I think they'd rather sell Reece James than Gusto. Like, they just signed Gusto last season, so Chelsea are out there giving death row contracts. Like, Gusto has probably got like 8 years left on his deal, something crazy like that. So that's gonna be very hard to do. And then I think we sign both Trent and Davies, but both of them don't start together. I think Carvajal stays, and it will be either Trent and Mendy or Davies and Carvajal. I would do that. Next. That's one that I would do. Like, so if that's the game plan, then yes. But if both of these guys are out there at the same exact time, nah, like we can't have that, bro. We cannot have that. Oh my goodness. Yo, defensively, we'd be so cooked. Like, we'd be so exposed if both of them were starting. But I mean, look, we'll see though. Because as the season goes on, we'll get an idea of, and I think that we will sign one of them minimum. But yeah, we'll see. Left back, get Theo Hernandez, not Davies. Well, Theo Hernandez is better than Alphonso Davies, because Theo can attack and he's better defensively, but Davies is good as well. Right back, I get Trent. That boy generational. He will bring play to our right side. Imagine all the space Carvajal gets, and it's Trent getting that and putting in crosses. Yeah, but here's the thing, though, 2K. Who is he putting crosses into? Who in our team could win a header? We would need guys doing maybe like back post runs or something like that. But yeah, like, I wouldn't mind seeing Trent at Madrid. But yeah, look, this is the heat map. Look, let's talk about this real quick. So, look, Rodrygo, he wasn't that wide on the right, but he was predominantly still on the right side of the attack, a little bit more inwards, right? And he did drop deeper to link play, right? Like, he dropped deeper to receive the ball from the midfield. And then, you see Mbappe and Vinny, right? Obviously, Vinny's on that left wing. And Mbappe, look how central he was. Yes, he's slightly towards the left, but that's okay. Look at how central he was yesterday. So Carlo definitely gave these guys a bit more instruction, right? Like, the first few games, we gave them complete freedom. That wasn't working, right? So Carlo clearly gave more instruction, right? Then you have Valverde. He's playing a bit more advanced as well, more central. Tchouameni right behind him. Dani Ceballos, who, then Mendy, Carvajal up above the halfway line, and then you got Militao and Rudiger. Yeah, Rudiger is usually our deepest guy back. But this right here, this is what I want to see more of. This player, like the average positioning, this is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. That's why we should have signed Mateta from Palace as our aerial threat. Mateta's actually been a decent player, but Palace have not been wanting to sell players, bro. You saw how much money they wanted from Mark Gahey, Gahey? However you say his name. So much bread. Now, yo, chat. I'd say one of the last things that we're going to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. Just basically, like, what's Carlo supposed to be doing, in my opinion, these next 2 weeks? Look, next 2 weeks, I think Carlo and the backroom staff need to think about how we are going to line up when we get back, right? Now, again, 2-0 against Real Betis, and it was the best game that we played all season. So maybe because we looked so good, we stick with the 4-3-3, right? Or maybe the 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call it, right? Maybe we stick with that, or are we going to come back and run the diamond formation? Me personally, I'd stick. Well, I would do a 4-2-3-1, right? And I would be starting Arda in that 10 role. But when Jude and Camavinga come back in October, I think maybe we should experiment with the 4-4-2, right? I would like to see Camavinga start some games, right? I would like to see Jude and just see how that would work, like that kind of diamond. Like that's what I'd want to see. I think that we're still going to struggle because, again, we don't have anybody that can do that Toni Kroos role. So we're not going to have the kind of passing that you would necessarily want on the back line. Well, coming from just coming from deep spaces. But yeah, that's what I would want, right? The players who are out, the players that did not get called up to the national team, they need to just relax, just chill, rest up, because it's going to be a long season ahead, and we're already behind Barcelona by 4 points. I think we're second in the table right now on goal difference, right? We have 8 points, but Barca are on 12. We should be on 12 points. But no, we dropped points against shit teams. So now we have to play catch up, right? Now we have to hope that some teams can take points off of Barcelona and do us a favor, right? And now we also have to be on point as well, because Hansi Flick got them boys cooking. 7-0 against Valladolid. The fake Brazilian, Rafinha, scoring a hat trick. Ferran Torres scoring a goal. Dani Olmo getting his second goal for Barcelona in the 2 games that he's played. They're cooking at the moment. I still think that, it's going to be a nice title race, but I fully expect us to catch up. And that's what we need to do. We cannot drop points. We got to keep everybody fit. We talked about all the injuries that we've gotten so far as well this season. We got to figure that out, because all these injuries, like, what are we doing in training that's causing players to be picking up this many injuries? Like, we got to fix something. Maybe we got to train a little lighter. Maybe we got to make it shorter. I don't know what they're doing in training, but we need to be fit, because there's a lot of competitions this season. And if we go deep like we're expected to, we could end up playing 65 plus games, which is a crazy amount if you think about it. So, yeah, that's all that I got for today, guys. I think, look, this was a good Madrid hype. I didn't think we were going to go this long, but here we are, bro. Let me see what you guys are saying. If I'm not mistaken, scored more headers than Mbappe in his career. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. What? I never saw that stat. Watch Arda cook for Turkey in the international break. Come in warm bench. Now, there's no way that after international break, Arda's going to be holding bench. There's no way. Oh, my days. Does my connection look kind of bad? Oh, my goodness. Barca away. We need to work hard. Yeah, we got to catch Barcelona. Yo, is my connection like taking a hit here, chat? Oh, that's so crazy. Why does it look like that? That is awful. Oh, my days. Has it been like this for a majority of the stream, guys? Yeah, that's just not good at all, is it? My stream's bugging. Has it been doing that the entire time? Oh, my. The entire time? Or just like recently? Whatever. Look, I'm going to end it here, man, because that's absolutely ridiculous. But, yo, big up to all you guys. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. And this is why I don't use... No way I did this the entire stream. Just now? Thought it was my net. Yeah, because I'm seeing... Yeah, I'm seeing right here that it's showing me 1 bar. This is why I don't use StreamYard for watch-alongs. You guys see the quality for, like, my watch-alongs? But then I come on StreamYard and the shit gets messed up. I hate StreamYard. The only reason that I use StreamYard is because I could put your chats up on the screen. Literally, it's super interactive. But I hope that it wasn't like this for a majority of the stream, because that's crazy. But whatever. Yo, big up to you guys, man. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. I may be back later, right? I may do like a little tier ranking thing, and maybe I'm thinking of doing predicting where every team finishes in the Premier League now that the window is closed. I could definitely give my for sure predictions, but This is ridiculous. But yeah, guys, I'm out. Until next time, people. Peace. Crazy, bro. Crazy.